Well, I am taking off yet again. Welcome everyone to day 678. I am off to the train station, notably without Sarah, because I have to run into town hopefully fairly quickly, just for a thank you lady for literally pulling up just so that I could not indeed pull out. What a jerk. But anyway, I'm going downtown today because I need to go, I'm gonna try. Let me out. Thank you, jackass. Okay. Now we're going to go downtown because I need to go pick up some equipment. Because, we have the Dragon production shoot tomorrow. So yeah, that's just today. That's the only thing I need to do in town today. However, that's not the only thing I need to get done today because registration opens tomorrow. So, yeah, I've got to get my shit in order. Well, not registration exactly. Co-op round 1, and I'll explain probably this evening what co-op actually entails, because it's a bit of a Drexel exclusive thing. I'll explain a little bit this evening how it works. I just don't feel like doing it at the moment, and I've put it off for quite some time, and it's relatively important today and tomorrow because it's kind of when it all starts happening. Somebody is driving like a dickhole over there, but yeah, so that is, long story short, that starts tomorrow. I'll explain a little more about the process tonight. But also class registration opened, at least for me and Sarah, this morning at 7 a.m. Got what I wanted to. Everything was working fine and peacefully and dandy, so I met another 18 credit thing. But as you'll notice if you remember the schedule from last night, that means I have both Monday and Friday off, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I avoided several classes that were Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I really don't want to deal with that bullshit. I honestly hate 50-minute classes. I really, really do. So I don't. And because it's really useful to me when we have things that are taking place for production workshop, because next quarter is production workshop's main quarter. That's the one where we're shooting. So it really, really does me good to keep my quarters nice and clean. So as long as all those classes run, which I think all of them were actually fairly close to filling, so whatever. And even if one of them doesn't run, I'm at 15 credits, I'm fine. I'm still in a position where I could drop one and I'd be perfectly fine. So yeah, no big deal. Still fine. We're doing pretty well. I'm pretty pleased. Yeah, it's working well. That was this morning. I woke up at 7 a.m. for that. It took all of 30 seconds. I was literally done in 1 minute because all you need is all of those course reference numbers. And, yeah, that was it. I'm registered. Ready for winter quarter, as the leaves are not even really fully falling yet. But, yeah, today is hopefully going to be a little bit more laid back, just because I gotta get this equipment come back. But I meant I have to be up early and be productive so that I can, actually have things that I need to do so that I'll be awake. And once I get back, I will start hopefully working on various other things that have been kind of backpiled and needing to get done for quite some time. It's kind of important that those get done eventually, especially my resume. My resume is the key. I've got to get that thing updated and done today aspect. No questions asked. That needs to be up there on the server for tomorrow morning. Yeah. That's it. That's the key. But I would like to get more and more things done. Okay, well, I'm gonna go catch this train. It feels really weird to not have to go to classes, because the only thing I have in the back is the red carry-on that I took to LA, because it makes a nice case for holding gloves. So yeah, I'm gonna go get that stuff. I'll probably pre-rig tomorrow before I head in, because we're not going to have a lot of space to set up there, and I really don't feel like carrying the cases around. So if I can pre-rig before I go down there, that's wonderful. Props to Rent-A-Cop for blocking that way, because we are going to have to go the other way, which is okay because it's Friday and this lot is not full. This lot never fills up on Friday. But also, there was a little bit of destruction this morning because apparently cats can't be trusted on their own at night or something because somebody shattered a glass bowl. Of course, the night my parents weren't here, which is just lovely. Fucking cats. Always gotta clean up their messes. We're gonna park back here just because I don't want to ride with the shuttle driver because Mark doesn't work on Friday anyway, and plus he's on vacation. So we're just gonna park in the lovely little here lot. We're done. I'm gonna go to the train. Okay, back in my car. I got the Nomad down there. I got all the gear in my bag. So we're actually all just about wrapped up and ready to go. So apparently tomorrow's shoot is actually going to be fairly bare bones, and I'm somewhere along the lines of going to be between underused and completely not necessary. But whatever. I mean, still a thing I need to go do. Now where the fuck is the exit? I'm not used to exiting from this side. Oh yay, this. Is it here? It's here! Beautiful, okay. It's hard to see when you're leaving so early and there's so many cars in the way. Because as you can see, it is only 2:30. I am out fairly early indeed because I only went in for that equipment pull this morning. That is the indeed only reason that I was at all downtown today. So, yeah, I'm out now. Oh, there's my sister. She Snapchatted me, probably a picture of me earlier as I was getting off the shuttle because we wound up on the same train. She is waving. I filmed her on the vlog already though, apparently, probably, hopefully. We are off to go home. Got other shit to do as I was talking about this morning. And yeah, but it's a pretty solid day. I think that guy just literally drove through the leaves just because he could. But you know, whatever. People can do what they want to do. I'm going to cut this off here. And I'm going to go home and get started on other shit that I've been meaning to do for a while now. That's always fun. Okay, so I guess it's time for a little bit of a hopefully quick explanation about co-op. Because it's about to become kind of a driving thing in my life, and it's kind of a Drexel exclusive thing, so it might be a little bit odd for those of you not coming from a Drexel environment to know what co-op is. But if you are from Drexel and you kind of know what co-op is, then you pretty much know what I'm about to say. So co-op, for starters, is basically a glorified internship program, and I'll put it that way. So there are two different things that you can have for most majors where you can do, in terms of a Drexel study, you can do a 4-year or a 5-year study. In a lot of majors, pretty much everything outside of the art school does generally 5 years unless you opt for the 4-year, and that is what's called a 3 co-op cycle. And if you're a 4-year like me, you do 1 co-op. So what co-op basically is Drexel, if you didn't know, is divided into 4 quarters as opposed to the 2 semesters that most schools traditionally do. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. And that's pretty much how our years flow. They flow within that cycle, and you know, where you would have a 15-week semester at your average university, we have a 10-week quarter. And a co-op is basically 2 quarters back to back. Mine is spring summer, so not this upcoming winter term that's going to be starting right after the new year, but spring summer, the 2 terms after that. And I will be, I mean, you don't have to take classes at all, and you go on co-op. You go out into the workforce. It's a glorified internship. You might get paid for it, you might not, who knows. But yeah, that's just about it. You go to the workforce, you get experience, you try to learn how things go, and you ideally try to get a co-op that's around your area of study. So mine is obviously coming up, as I just mentioned, with spring summer. So how this works from a more technical point of view is that there are 3 rounds for Drexel supported things because we have a whole system set up for them. You can go outside of the system if you so choose, but in terms of the system, there are 3 different divisions in there called rounds, and they're A, B, and C. And each one you can apply to up to 25 positions, which is quite a bit, but then you realize that if they grant you an interview, you have to go to that interview. That's actually a requirement. So I could put, and generally most people for art don't apply to that many. It's usually between 10 and 15 for us. But like if I applied to 15 and I got all 15, I would have to go to 15 interviews. But anyway, that first A round, yeah, that starts. Well, it's now tomorrow. It is now Saturday. But for all intents and purposes, this vlog is still Friday. But yeah, that opens today. So that's why kind of everything has to be in order, because my resume needs to be on the site so that I can just hit the little apply for, it's a request an interview button, and then you click that, and it tells the employer all about you and your resume, your transcript, and blah, 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 all that. So, yeah, we're getting close to co-op, because, well, things open up. I only have 3 days, I think, or 4 days. It's open from today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. It closes Wednesday at midnight. So, actually 5 days for one round, so I really need to go and look through those things tomorrow and actually start applying, figuring out which ones I want to, or not applying, but requesting interviews, seeing which ones want to grant me an interview, which is why it's all important to find that my resume is in proper working order, and that's kind of the big crunch. But as you may have noticed, it is late. That's why I'm sitting here in my undershirt, because it is after midnight. It's after 1 o'clock in the morning, actually. It is 1:32 a.m., which means I really need to get to bed. I have the Dragon Productions thing, as I mentioned earlier. So tomorrow's going to be kind of busy. I'm going to go to bed. I think that's a decent enough, really quick explanation of co-op. But yeah, that's it. Long story short, I'm going out to work a long internship that I get college credit for. And that starts by the time you're seeing this tomorrow. Well, not starts, but like the application through Drexel starts. It's going to be fun.